Welcome to Prodigy Sport Advantage Stations. PSA Podcast is an unconventional podcast that challenges the audience to think outside the box using real-life experiences, clever narratives, original quotes, and the creative use of satire in order to break the audience free from negative paradigms and push them towards their own personal growth. This is by no means a method to condemn or bash the audience, but instead encourage and showcase a different perspective that might not have been seen before. PSA is designed to showcase to the listeners that the power of the mind is not a joke, and if a person can learn to control their mind and their thoughts, they will ultimately control their life. This podcast serves as a means of entertainment and educational purposes only, and not a replacement for therapy or any other type of professional help that the audience may desire. As far as me and my job, I just feel like either I'm there every day or I'm going to be late. Ooh. You can't have both.
You can't have both. You gotta choose. You want me to be here or you want me to be on time?
Why are y'all now, both of y'all coming at the same time? Not saying, look, I'm not here because I ain't got time to get canceled. I do not.
But how you going to discriminate against fat people and you fat? Like, you can't do that.
Before we get started with today's episode, we have to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors. Shout out to the sponsor for today's episode, cannidbefamous.com, a website that will teach you the steps and give you the keys to becoming the biggest influencer and taking your life to the next level. You'll become an online superstar without having to sell your soul or buy fake followers, and take your business or brand to a level that supersedes what you could have ever imagined. Start your business at the website cannidbefamous.com, all lowercase, or hit up Country Cowboy on Instagram for more information. Listen, I understand it's hard to be nutritious in today's society. That's where Juice Plus comes in. Juice Plus is a branded line of dietary supplements containing concentrated fruit and vegetable juice extracts fortified with added vitamins and nutrients, all right? It's something that'll help you get all the vegetables and fruits that you need daily. All you gotta do is take some capsules and do that, and you'll see an increase in your immune system. You'll notice you just feel lighter and healthier throughout the day. I'm using myself, so I know the stuff works. Like I said, it's hard to get your fruits and vegetables in, because in reality, to keep up with all the fruits and vegetables that you need daily is kind of impossible. So this makes it very possible. I'm also a partner. If you would like to get some Juice Plus, starting with different plans that can be set up for you that is affordable and to keep them coming monthly, hit me up on Instagram _EasyBakeOven or Twitter _EasyBakeOven. I'll hook you up.
I'm back and it's up PSA. Whoa. I'm too flick to take off all my shit at TSA.
All right, y'all, what's going on? We back at it again with KPN Radio. I just made that up. I don't even know what that is. But we back at it again with another hot fire episode. I almost said Zoom. I don't have no Zooms. I did 2 Zooms in a row, so now I'm kind of free. I was supposed to record this episode earlier, but I got a little tangled up, but here I am. All right. So today we have an interesting episode, but first let me get into today's title. Today's title of the episode 26 of season 4 is The Shade Room. The meme reads, "It was sunny outside till you walked in." All right. Inspiration comes from obviously The Shade Room, the famous Instagram page that does what they do, shading it up in the room. Inspiration, something I saw from something I was reading, and somebody said the shade is shading. And then just in general, passive aggressive behavior. And when I think about that, I kind of think about The Office and a lot of other shows. And yeah, so I have 2 guests today. Both of them are veterans on the show. So we're going to start left and then we're going to go lefter. So what is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Jasmine. I am from Chicago. And what's up, good people?
All right, going lefter.
Hey, it's Shell.
Where are you from?
A city in a state.
Okay. So going left and going left are following the structure. So Jazz was on season 2. And we talked about toxic ties with toxic family members. And then Montronique is Shell. she did an episode. Actually, this is her third one. She's done one every season. Her first one was about stalkers. Her other one was about dealing with what's it called? Not stalkers, but what are you talking about? Oh, when like toxic. No, you dealt with stress. Mm-hmm. Stress. And then now we talking about this. So we in for a good episode today, I think. Now I'm going to start left and go left one more time. When you think of the word shade, what comes to your mind?
Fake.
Beating around the bush.
Okay. All right. So I went ahead and defined shade according to the Webster. It said comparative darkness and coolness caused by shelter from direct sunlight. So I thought that was interesting. Then I went ahead and defined passive aggressive. It says when you express negative feelings indirectly, instead of openly talking about them. So I thought that was pretty, to the point,
Sounds about white. Right.
Okay. Do y'all know anybody that's shady?
Other than you?
Ooh.
People say I'm shady, but I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see that.
Really? Okay.
My grandma is shady, as most older black women are.
Yes.
Older people in general. I don't think it matter no race or nothing. They all are just...
I think because the older men in my life, they just don't get in like the semantics and stuff like that. They would think that's like women business. So...
Yeah. Okay, so according to WebMD, I wanted to figure out how did passive aggression start. They said it actually started during World War II when soldiers wouldn't follow officers' orders. And it says experts describe them as passive aggressive. A new term back then, but still relevant today. Now, Jazz was in the Navy, so I know with Navy, most jobs, but especially with military, it's a hierarchy, like an order you have to follow.
A chain of command.
Right. So were you ever been in a position kind of like it says where, you wouldn't follow the orders blatantly. So you just kind of did your own thing, but you couldn't do it like blatantly do your own thing. You did it in like a slick way.
Yeah, all the time. So when my job in the Navy I was basically a boat mechanic. I was a machinist mate. And you at the bottom of the ship, you in the engine room. It's hot. Don't nobody come down there. So you telling me to do this your way, yeah, that's stupid. I'm going to do it my way because you're not going to come down here and check me, so.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been in a job where you were told to do one thing, Shell, and you did it your own way? Just kind of like, okay, yeah, thanks for telling me, but I'm going to go.
Yeah, sometimes because sometimes when you have a hierarchy or a chain of command, the chain of command doesn't really know what it takes to get the job done. They're going off of a manual, but to be effective how they want you to, if something's gonna lack, I'm either gonna do it how you want and it not be on time and it not be done in this completeness, or I'm gonna do it so that you can have your product.
Yeah. As far as me and my job, I just feel like either I'm there every day or I'm gonna be late. Ooh. You can't have both.
You can't have both. You gotta choose. You want me to be here or you want me to be on time?
I don't have a old school worker's mindset like at all. Like, older generation, like our parents and stuff, they got that mindset of, and I think you kind of like that too. When you was working, like if I'm not sick, unless I'm deadly ill, I'm going to work. And me, the wind blowing too hard, I guess I ain't going to work today.
I think that's because. I'm kind of grateful to have a job. So I also think like, I don't like to take stuff for granted. That's all. Yeah. Some people just have it in them to where they can rest, so they just feel like I just don't want to do it today. I always feel like saying no to something is just like being ungrateful or being rude. But I'm learning.
Yeah, you need, because the jobs will drive you and run you crazy if you let them.
Yeah. Yep.
And that thing I read, it was like, You working like a slave. Not saying you shouldn't do good work or be a good worker when you at your job, but you working like a slave for a job that'll replace you if you died tomorrow.
Exactly.
So
I had to understand that when I was pregnant and I was working, because especially towards the end, like the third trimester, it was just some days I'm hot, I'm big, I'm tired. I can't come in here and fake with these people today. And I would feel bad about like calling off, but it's like if I was to die, y'all gonna have somebody in here tomorrow. So
or lose your child.
Exactly, y'all don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna call off. I'll see y'all in a week.
I don't think, as we talking about the topic of work, I don't think nothing is more passive aggressive than the workplace, especially them emails from your bosses and,
respectfully.
I remember I got an email about, I guess, tardiness one day, and the email read something like, you told me the other day you were late because of your car, which I was, and it was like, but today you came in and you didn't say anything, If you need assistance with getting here on time, please let me know. So what you gonna come get me? What does that even mean? That was just like
that was so shady.
You ain't gonna have no job. You ain't gonna have to worry about it.
Just say this is my last time being tardy and get to the point. Don't say if you need assistance. Come on now.
But my thing was I didn't even respond to it. I just got there on time the next day and the days after. But still, it was just like,
I'm here.
Right.
That's what I would do. That's I'm here.
Right.
It's 7:02.
Hey, I just want to let you know I got here at 8:06 today, which is before 8:15. So there you go.
I should have did that because I'm supposed to be there at 7:30. One time I got there at 7:26. I should have been like, hey,
I would have sent a mass email. I am here at 7:26.
I noticed you didn't say anything about me being early today. So.
I just feel like it needs to be, balanced,
So, I mean, if you have a problem letting me know that it's okay to be early, then let me know.
I should have did that. I should have sent her email when I got there at 7:26 said here.
Present.
See what she would have did. So, still from WebMD, it says, I asked why people are aggressive. It says passive aggressive. It says, some people use passive aggression, may feel angry, resentful, or frustrated, but they act neutral, pleasant, even cheerful. Then they feel indirect ways to show how they really feel. Passive aggression isn't a mental illness, but people with mental health conditions may act that way. Passive aggression could damage your personal and professional relationships. So, has my personal relationships been affected because of passive aggression? Well, first of all, and I'm going to get more into detail as we go along, I personally feel my theory for this episode is just to kind of say, I feel like everyone is passive aggressive in their own way. Mm-hmm. I don't think no one is just not passive aggressive. I feel like everyone does it a little bit, Some may be more so playful, some like that in the middle, and then some that's just their personality. You expect a shot coming from left, right, up, down, in the middle, underground. Mm-hmm. You just never know. So I think that, that's that. Do I feel like any of my professional relationships have been damaged because of shade or passive aggression? No. Personal, probably. But I don't know. I think both of y'all are very shady people, so I thought it was a great time to bring,
Look at the pot calling the kettle black.
Like, I never said I wasn't. I think I'm like the good one. I'm like the funny one.
I'm not shady.
You not?
I'm not gonna lie. I can be. But most of the time it's in a sarcastic way. It's never been an instance where it harmed me professionally. But personally, yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. But, I mean, like you said, I think everybody exhibits some type of passive aggression at some point. If you don't do it constantly, you've done it at some point. So
I think Montrenik, I remember my freshman year, it was this girl she was in tour with, and she parked her car right next to hers in the parking lot with a whole bunch of spaces open. So I asked, I said, why'd you park right here? And she said, because I'm petty. And I said, oh, okay. I was weak because there was so many parking spots and she parked right next to her.
Because I want you to see me. And I want to see you seeing me. And I want you to know that, yes, I parked right here just because you were parked here.
Do you get back petty, Montrenik, with your profession? I feel like you do. When your bosses, if they would send you something kind of shady, I feel like you would get back with them, but in a nice.
I'm not petty. I'm just like passive.
But some people I feel like do it everywhere, and some people
can't help it, and it's not like on purpose. Like I think it's more so like the sarcasm. I feel like sometimes like I might as well play with you because you know what you're thinking, you know what you meant by what you said. But since you don't want to say it, I'll play with you if you want to. Like it could be a game.
It could be fun too.
So then it says, when you think about passive aggression, it's some behavioral causes. It says anger, frustration, and displeasure are normal emotions. People who rely heavy on passive aggression rather than direct communication to show these emotions often grew up in a family where their behavior was common. It might not have felt safe for them to directly express their feelings as a child. And I thought that was interesting because a lot of times people do grow up in environments where they can't talk or they feel like I can't express how I feel. So it's like I'm going to be shady. And it's just like, where this coming from? Like, maybe for instance, your mama cooks something you don't like, and you like, I guess this all you know how to make. Or you be like, dang, we eating this again?
No, you love this, huh?
This your favorite. You don't eat nothing different.
That's all you got, huh?
Instead of saying, could you cook something else?
You need some groceries? Like, yeah.
I mean, that's interesting. I think it's like the opposite. Not the opposite, but I think it is familiar or family related. But it's just because, like, all of my, like, that's our sense of humor. It's like my granny, like, when she calls me, she talks about her day, she'll be like, yeah, let me tell you what they said today. What you will never guess what this person said today. And I didn't give her the benefit of doubt. I said, that's what I meant. Well, that's how you took it. Then that's what I said. Like, that's how my grandmother is. So I think that's where I get it from. And, my husband, he says, you sound like your granny. Like, he's been around my family a while. My mom is very sarcastic. Like, she won't come out the gate and tell you something anyway. She'll just make a comment and, like, try to make your wheels go. Like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Did you mean like this, or did you mean it seriously? So maybe I just learned it.
I'm sure. But speaking of your husband, he's kind of shady.
Very. Oh, very.
And people don't realize it. I've noticed it since I met him. Like, I knew it then. It was something somebody said, and they said they had lost weight. He said, oh, you lost weight? I said, now, why would you say that?
I can't think of a few instances where there has been some shade. And the first time I was taken aback, like, no, this isn't him.
Because he don't look like he'd be like that at first.
This isn't him. And then the last few times, like, now I just expect it. So, like, when we get together, it's like, okay, let's go. Like, where we going this time?
I hope you strap for this incredible ride.
Hello.
So, still from WebMD, clearly WebMD, I need a sponsor from y'all. So, it says people can also pick up this behavior as adults. They may act this way. It helps them get what they want. They may do it to avoid confrontation. Many people who are only passive-aggressive in some situations, for example, at work, but not in others. Researcher also links passive-aggressive behavior to many other different signs and things like that. So, again, I get the whole avoid confrontation, but to me, that'll antagonize somebody, too. In a sense, because if you know what to say.
I feel like when they say avoid confrontations, they be meaning, so I can't directly say, okay, you pissed me off. So I'll say, yeah, that's the type of stuff I be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying that and then leaving it to other persons to say, well, what are you talking about? Instead of just coming out and saying, hey. So I don't use my passive aggressive for that because I will directly tell you my problem
That's
with you.
How I feel.
I usually respond with passive aggressiveness. Like, if I found out that you made a statement or I picked up on a behavior, I will tell you, I will make sure that you know, I see what you're doing. So what are you going to do about me seeing what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, is it a problem or is it not a problem? I'm giving you the floor in that sense to, okay, since you obviously can't tell me it, let's just have this discussion because I can't remember what it was where I came up with that quote, but it's just like, I'll just play dumb until you try to educate me, because I'm not going to, like, how people just talk around. I'll just keep acting like I don't know what she's talking about, because we're grown, so why we can't just talk about it, I don't know.
I think that's going to be the quote for the episode. I'm going to play dumb until you educate me. Because, I mean, it's like some people it just run like a faucet. Like, it just come out. Like, you just be like, oh, yeah, that's... And sometimes it don't even always be words. It just be gestures. It be facial expressions.
Like, your passive aggression tendencies are really your facial expressions. Like, you can know what you're thinking by how you look. Like, that face you're making. I wish y'all could see his face right now. Mm-hmm. Like, your facial expressions.
You make the same faces.
Yeah, it's like some stink and you want to say it stink, but you don't want to say it stink, but you want everybody to know that you know that it stinks. Like, that's
I wish you could see how I'm viewing this Lee on your shirt right now, because she looked like some stink.
The OG.
I don't know. I know there's many different signs of passive aggression, and when I saw the signs, I don't know why. Don't judge me. But when I saw the signs of passion aggression, I thought of the Tyrese song, "Signs of Love Making." I don't know why. You remember that song?
Yes, I like that song.
He's talking about
Yeah.
All right. So some of the signs says resents or outright opposes the instructions of others. They may still do what they're told. So basically, you told to do something and then you do what you want to do. I didn't realize that was passive aggression.
Yeah, because like if somebody directly tell you to do something and then you receive that instruction and then be like, okay, so what? I'm still gonna do what I want to do. Like, why you just
like I don't care?
Like F you, but you not saying it, directly to them. You're doing it by your actions. So yeah, that's definitely passive aggression.
I remember a while ago, it was like years ago, my friend had a birthday party and she told her friend get her a vanilla cake, and she said she got her a chocolate cake. And she said it made her mad because she said she knows she liked chocolate. She was like, she did what she wanted to do. So she just kind of made her mad. Like, why would you go get me a cake and get you a chocolate one? No,
that would have pissed me off too. Because first of all, I asked you for one specific thing, and two, I know that that's what you prefer. It's not about you. It's about me. So that cake would have got tossed.
Yeah, especially if you don't like chocolate. See, me, I like all types.
I don't like chocolate. That cake would have got tossed.
And if it's my favorite, y'all, it's fall, so it's pumpkin spice season.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Pumpkin spice season.
No, that's who need to sponsor you.
Who, pumpkin?
You always want some damn pumpkin spice latte. You gonna sip it with your sweater closed in the window like. It's pumpkin in yo. Shut the fuck up.
First of all,
like pumpkin spice.
I don't even drink coffee like that. But I mean, if
it had pumpkin spice in it, you'd drink it every damn day, wouldn't you?
Well, I do have pumpkin oatmeal. They have pumpkin spice, like instant oatmeal. And if I go to the Cheesecake Factory, they got pumpkin spice cheesecake. So I'm gonna have to check that out during the season.
So would you just bite a pumpkin?
I really want to know, how do they make pumpkin into like the cakes and stuff? Like, do they gotta like strain? How does that work? Pumpkin people, can you tell me how do you take the pumpkin and like make it into like cakes and desserts and stuff? With the flavor and all that good stuff.
The good stuff.
It's not good. It's just stuff.
I will be happy the day when people acknowledge the truth. And we stop going into denial about pumpkin. I might have to do an episode called Pumpkin Spice. And I don't know what this is going to entail, but it's just going to be about pumpkin spice, all right? Another sign of passive aggression, it says delays finishing a task that someone else has requested or makes intentional mistakes. Now, that's petty. You basically making intentional mistakes. So, like, if I told you, if I told her to make the bed one way, and she intentionally put the cover on the other side.
I feel like Ron does that.
I'm sure he do.
I feel like
I do that.
I didn't know I wasn't supposed to wash it with. Okay, what else do you wash it with?
And he does that too. My boyfriend will do that as well. He will act like he can't remember how I said to do stuff, and then I'll be like, "Well, fine, I'll do it."
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
Like, how you make this? I forgot how to make this. Or when Lincoln used to eat baby oatmeal, he used to act like he didn't know how much water to put in there. And so, like, I would always have to make it like this. That's passive aggressive. It used to irritate me so bad.
Okay, this next one we ain't even got to talk about long because we all do it. It says has a sarcastic or argumentative attitude. So we can just cross it off the list. We know this us. It says routinely complains about feeling underappreciated. So,
How is that passive aggression?
Let's talk about it. So
let's talk about it.
Because it's passive aggression because you want to. That's your way of saying, "Hey, do more for me."
Exactly. Instead of
what if you do both? What if you say it and you?
It depends on which one you did first.
I get it. It's like kind of like subliminal post. But see, I hate when people think I'm not a subliminal person. Like, if I'm mad at a person, if I'm specifically talking about a person, they usually know it's them. But if it's general, like everybody pissing me off, I'm making a post so y'all know y'all pissing me off. Fix it.
Yeah, but like it's basically saying, and don't nobody do this for me, and da da da. That's your way of saying, hey y'all, this is the sign. Do more for me.
Right. Instead of directly sitting down and be like, it's a problem.
Well, maybe you should change your approach and say, hey, I would appreciate if you would do the ABC, because now that's more of a request versus you just doing this. Because sometimes people will, when you do stuff like that and just kind of in a subliminal way, and that's even me talking to myself, if you really want people to listen to you, maybe if you say it directly versus doing like that, because then they just tone it out like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? Basically, But
I do both. I definitely.
We never said you didn't. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying it don't make a difference either way I do it.
So why not be passive aggressive? Why not have some fun?
All right. So the last one, it says criticizes others. So, criticizing
them how?
It really doesn't say, but I'm interested. Like it was interesting to,
Criticizing others. I kind of feel like the passive aggression with criticizing others, it could come where, people have things about themselves that they don't like. Mm-hmm. And instead of trying to fix what they don't like about themselves, they passively go and, take it out on other people. So pick apart other people. Like, for instance, men who say that their preference is light-skinned girls or white girls, but you black and your mama black. Mm-hmm. So you don't like your black skin. So, it's nothing you can do about that. Unless you want to go jump in some bleach. I don't know. But instead of you addressing that you have a problem with your complexion, you display it in your dating preferences and your discrimination against darker skinned people.
Or like if you saying, which I've seen too, some people be like, they fat, but they don't want to date fat because they was like, two fat people look stupid together. I've heard people say that.
But how you gonna discriminate against fat people and you fat? Like, you can't do that.
Because they don't like being fat, so they got an issue with their body. Or even the skinny too, because some people be like, I'm too skinny enough. I don't need no dude. Mm-hmm. I don't need no girl that's skinny.
We gonna start a fire if we try to cuddle or something like that, like the two sticks.
Yeah, and the laying on remotes.
Yeah.
You know me, this is over here. I don't openly say, but I am all for big people. And big people don't always necessarily fat, but the bigger person, I don't argue with men under 6 foot because that's arguing with a child.
Oh, offended.
I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's what I'm not doing going into 2021. But you got to start your New Year's resolutions now.
That's we go into 2021.
I'm gonna make it. Y'all ain't.
I don't know.
You gonna be the first dead person,
and I'm gonna be the first one back to life. Ooh.
No,
you ain't Jesus.
How many lives are you on? I think this your 9th one. You might want to chill out, Kat.
Perfect. All right. So there's some ways to deal with. You just caught it. You just caught it.
I hate you.
So there's ways to deal with shady people. Same way coming from the same website, but just in general, do you dislike shady people? You just like it is what it is. You really just don't care. Some people.
Okay, so some people just are rude. I don't think I'm rude. I'm more so in the playful way. Like people, with people I'm familiar with, I'm never gonna be passive aggressive with a stranger. I'm just gonna tell a stranger like, "Hey, chill out." But some people just can't help themselves. Everything is a comment. You get what I'm saying? You may say, "Hey, the sky is blue." Mm-hmm. Remember you had a blue car and it crashed. That's
the type of passive aggression that now I want to fight.
Everything's something negative. Everything's a problem. That's when it's like,
okay, this is too much.
Okay, yeah. So it says the first one is hold them accountable. When you fail to hold a passive aggressive person accountable for their actions, you unintentionally perpetuate their behavior. If you're a people pleaser, this is easily devastating. Mm-hmm. All right, so I feel like everybody should be held accountable for everything that they do. So that way, at least you're aware, so then you can't say didn't nobody tell you. So if it does become a problem at a job or at something big or even just with your relationship, you can't say didn't nobody tell you because somebody, said something, The second one says stop apologizing. Unless you did something wrong, don't apologize. Especially don't apologize if they refuse to be direct and tell you what they feel you've done wrong. If your boss says leaving early again today, I wish my boss would. I say, yep.
And
I'd be like, you ain't even seen early. I'd not come tomorrow.
How's that for you?
I'll be sick.
Don't play with me.
It's COVID too. I can get somebody to give me some paperwork.
Don't threaten me with a good time, baby. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But yeah, definitely. Like, even though my boss did send that message, at least you said something instead of trying to be slick like that. Oh, you leaving early today, huh? Oh, you got here on time today.
Now watch me not come tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And what you gonna say? Nothing. You can't say nothing because I use my date. That's what we got them for. It was a few on this list, but these are the 3 I thought was most important. So the third one says confront the issue. It said eventually you may have to confront the passive-aggressive person about their behavior. This conversation will take preparation. Don't just jump right into the next time you're angry. Your health and happiness is the goal, not scoring points. So I thought that was interesting because a lot of times when we get into people, we just want to win and just make them prove them wrong. We don't actually want to change nothing. We just kind of let, anger and frustration take over. That's why you have to watch your approach with certain people. And if they real passive-aggressive / shady, they going to just be shady with you, especially if you come at them like crazy. They're just going to be...
And then it's not going to go nowhere. Y'all basically going to just be talking in circles. There's nothing that's going to get resolved. Like, personally, what I've learned from therapy, yes, I've been to therapy and I'm proud. I feel like everybody should go. I have to prepare for any type of discussion, especially in an intimate setting. Like, I have to write down exactly what I want to touch on, because in heat of the moment, like, I lose my train of thought, and then it's 2 months later, the argument is over, and I'm still thinking about, I should have said this, I should have said that. I have to prepare. Like, I will go in my phone, in my notes, and write down what I want to touch on, so that, it could be all out there and that it can be resolved. So
what about you?
Important.
What do you do?
For what?
Whenever you feel the need, you want to talk about something or address somebody about something, and we know you're very direct, but like, do you wait till you calm down?
No, but I probably should.
Okay, well, she holding herself accountable. Okay.
I mean, I have to.
It's just I'm impatient about everything, really. So I just be wanting to fix it. Like, if I'm okay, it's a problem, so let's just talk about it now. Because the longer that I sit, is the more scenarios I come up in my head that are probably far left than what you meant by what you said. So I just want to know, was you trying to be funny? Because don't. But like, really, I just have to have those conversations right then and there. But sometimes everybody is not as prepared, like she said, as you are to have a conversation right then and there, because they may react out of emotions, or they just may actually have a valid point, but it just left them from that moment. I don't. I hold on to what I felt in that moment. So like, next time I see you, you feel it back.
For me, I feel like some cases, not a lot of times, I may say something one way, but it comes off wrong, but I didn't mean it like that. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes I'll say something and it didn't mean it. Like one time, great example, I didn't know no better. Taylor told me you can't say that. This girl got her hair done. And I said, oh, you look like a totally different person. But I didn't mean it like, in a bad way. And she said,
she knew she looked like a different person, though. Ooh. That's the point.
But Taylor said, oh, you can't say that to girls. I said, oh.
Oh, was somebody you were dating?
Kinda.
Let's not say you waiting that she looks a mess the other 98% of the time, and the only time she look good is when her hair done.
I mean, how would Ron say if you got your hair done and you like a totally different person? How would you feel?
He don't but from previous relationships, he'll be like, he'll say to me like, see you without your makeup on, you don't look different. Like, but this girl, she's like a totally different person.
But see, that's more of a what I'm saying is still a compliment too, but it makes it seem like she said like I'm saying.
It's a backhanded compliment though.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, the whole song.
But he don't say like so like that's probably a bad example. But like, I feel like I look different with different hairstyles. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't like braids on me. So
really,
certain hairstyles make you look older or young. We're not older your age, and then some make you look younger. Like, I look childish if I have a very high puff. Like, I look like a teenager.
Well, that's good. That just means you black don't crack.
No, it means I look like a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
She wouldn't like somebody's mama, because she is somebody's mama.
No, I look like that either. Don't tell him me. I don't know who that is. Tell him.
So, based on everything we went over today, again, I just feel like we're all a little passive aggressive. Mm-hmm. And as far as tips and scenarios for the college students, you're going to do a lot of passive aggression from your teachers, especially in them emails. Sometimes you might deal with it with an organization or two, passive aggression or people always trying to get over. You see it a lot during campaign season. Any Any campaign, is, but like the political ones, as far as the big ones, like the presidents and stuff. But even at your school, them campaigns, passive aggression.
I feel like that's the worst day for student government. Boy, they be running politics like they literally are running for the president of like the United States. Like, please calm down. I promise you, it's gonna be okay. Like,
it's probably that stipend. They want that. It's pretty big.
I heard it's
so what?
Just stipend.
Oh, I don't know if it's more now, but I heard it's not that substantial. Like, but I don't know.
You be getting some stuff, but still, it's just. I feel like sometimes people allow what they want. They want something so bad that they'll do anything to get it, and then that causes passive aggression and it's just a lot of stuff that can come with it. But I just want people to be more open about how they feel. Not even just for the other person, but sometimes even for you, because you let that stuff build up in you, and then it can take a toll on you to the point where if she doing something I don't like and I don't never say nothing, I'm going to start to not resent or not like her because I never said, or I said in a shady way, or like, say for instance, you are dating somebody and your girl wants you home at this time and you always come home on time, or the time you want her, she wants you to, but she may say do stuff around the house and you do it when you want to. Like, oh, can you take the trash out? And then you do like how your mama do when your mama say had to take the stuff out the freezer, and then you take it out as soon as she walking in.
And crying, trying to defrost it.
Or the trash. Look, they say take trash before I get home. As soon as you walk in, all you hear is trash. All you hear is somebody bagging up trash. You like, really?
Put it back.
It's too late at that point. So for my college students, I would just say, when you deal with passive aggressive people, don't engage, because a lot of times they want you to.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Don't do it. But really, that's for everybody. But you know how you deal with that. All right. So now we're moving into game time, and this game time is a little different because we matching. All right. I want to play a game. I'm gonna name the game time is called the shady. I have several celebrities, all right? I got Monique, I got Prince, I got Joe Budden, my favorite, DJ Academics, Mariah Carey, and Charlamagne the God.
This is a list.
And I'm going to read a quote, and I want you to tell me who you think said that.
Okay.
All right? When asked about Jennifer Lopez in an interview, this celebrity responded with, "I don't know her." Mariah Carey, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. All right. 1 point for you.
That was shady. Damn, that's shady. Damn.
On The Breakfast Club, this person was a guest and told Charlamagne the God that we need to keep our people on people like you, and said that like the black man on 12 Years a Slave that walked his wife into the house with the slave master, you're that person. Who said that?
I forgot the list.
Right.
Okay, so you knocked down Mariah Carey. Mm-hmm. We still got Charlamagne the God, DJ Academics, Monique, Joe Budden, and Prince.
Joe Budden.
Monique. 2 points for you. 3. It is true that you was left off Bad and Bougie.
Joe Budden.
DJ Academics. I thought it was Joe Budden too. It's DJ Academics that said that.
Oh, he did say that, and then that's the one, that whole little scuff, and then Joe Budden got
These
mad.
Really some passive aggressive. These some shady stuff. All right, the 4th one. This one's pretty obvious, I think. Michael Jackson's album was only called Bad because it wasn't enough room to call it pathetic.
Whoa! God damn! No.
Okay. All right. So who we got left? We got Joe Budden left and Charlamagne the God. So this one. I'm too old to beef with you. I'm 40 and you're older than me.
Joe Budden.
Jesus Christ.
And the last one. I heard the diss and I think it was a great song. It was a great strategy to revive his career. He still is where he is and nowhere is. Hold on. It says, I heard his diss and I think it was a great song. It was a great strategy to revive his career. Sadly, he is still where he started, which is nowhere.
You talking about passive aggression.
Whoo, these people, that was a list. Jeez. The Mariah Carey one to this day, I think is hilarious. Because when she said it, they was like, and how do you feel about Beyonce? She said, oh, I love Beyonce. I'm friends with her. We have a great time. And they said, how do you feel about Jennifer Lopez? And she smiled and said, don't know her. I don't know her.
That is the ultimate shade. Like, you want to piss somebody off? Like, I know you know me. What do you mean you... Oh, I don't know her. Now we got to fight, Mariah.
And then it was an interview where somebody had said...
She did somebody else like that on American Idol.
She probably did. It was somebody else had said Mariah Carey was shady for that. They had gave her a commentary about Mariah. Said Mariah shouldn't have said that was too far. Like, she's a legend. And Mariah Carey's response was, it was a girl that's I think it might have been Demi. I don't know. It was one of them girls that said it. And Mariah Carey's response was, "Well, I don't know her either. If she'd like to give me her impression of me, she should introduce herself, say hi, my name is, and then give me her opinion, and then I'll respect it."
Damn, Mariah got time today, tomorrow, yesterday. Jesus.
Joe Budden still. I don't know who works, Joe Budden or Charlamagne.
I think Charlamagne is more passive aggressive. Joe Budden is just an asshole. He's just a.
I love Joe Budden.
He's a horrible person.
That's my guy.
He's a horrible person. He's such a.
With the straight face, he would look at somebody in their face crying, just be like, "What's wrong? Why are you so mad?"
You know that meme now. Y'all know how I feel about suicide, but that meme where it was the Lisa when she was looking up at Marge, and it was like, "You about to kill yourself over a girl?" I feel like that's how Joe Budden would be like, just looking.
I can't lie though. I probably would too. Over.
No, it's just the way he look at you, like he know he did something to piss you off, but he just be like, he act like you just pussy, like you weak, and he like, he act like I'm not the problem, you the problem,
and he's the problem because his career.
I still don't think I still know Tahiri
never started.
Okay, so you know we coming late in the game with something because we about to end. And we talking about this. Okay, so. Joe Budden, and it's weird how people get stuff in the industry. He got his own network and turned down the one with Spotify. Then all of a sudden, something come out about you, and I think that's weird. Like, why are y'all now? Both of y'all coming at the same time? Not saying, look, I'm not here because I ain't got time to get canceled. I do not stand for domestic violence, but I just feel like, why is this coming up now? And not saying that it's ever too late to talk about you going through something.
It's just awful convenient that now that this happened, you want to bring it up.
And I'm not saying, like, she probably feel like they probably hurt each other physically.
That's what I think.
That's different than domestic violence. But don't let people in your comments tell you because they saw that on that couch that's wrong, because y'all only saw one part, but y'all didn't recognize how she was antagonizing.
She antagonized him. She hit him in the face with an apple. Granted, it's not okay on any platform, but it goes both ways. So you can't punch somebody in the face, and then when that man punch you back, you want to cry that you're a victim of domestic violence. That's just violence.
Basically, it's
like,
violence.
That's just what it is. If I hit you, it's because I want to fight. Like, you can't do that.
What's that quote again? I got a quote for the episode. I'm going to play dumb until you educate me. I like that. So, well, we're done here. Any closing remarks we got? Y'all got to say anything for y'all, dip off?
Passive aggression is also portraying to be one way on social media, and you not like that in real life. So please stop it.
You're a fraud.
Julent.
What you got to say?
I say, if you're going to be petty, you just got to have a lot of balls with it.
So don't backpedal.
Yep.
Once you start, don't stop.
We only go forward, baby.
Work, don't stop.
Work, don't stop. And we going to end it there. I want to thank both of my guests that slid through the day in this September. No, it's October. But So, that's it, y'all. Tune in next week for another Hot Fire episode. PSA signing out. Always remember, keep your head up like your neck hurt. Remember who you are. And make your mind up. Don't let it make you.
Carrot.